So Among Us has released their trailer of the new map coming in. It was also reviewed on the Game Awards live stream. I watched the whole thing. If you haven't watched it, the link to this video will be right here, or just search Among Us new map. This will probably one of the videos of like the trailer to this map will come out. But I'm just gonna go from Innersloth YouTube channel and then try and analyze and see what's gonna go down regarding this new map. So here we go. Oh yeah, by the way, for this logo, it's actually called Toppat. For those people who don't know the Henry Stickmin collection, it's basically a reference to the Toppat clan that Henry Stickmin fought against. It's called Toppat, not Top-Pat. It's Toppat, a one word Toppat. Just keeping that for you guys in mind.
Welcome, recruit.
Alright, so here, I don't know what happened. So here there's actually quite a number of things we can see here. Firstly, there's a diverted task down here. There's this cockpit. This place is called a cockpit as seen, but the bottom, there's a vent, like right there in the middle left. I mean, Among Us already did tease this picture, so there's really nothing much to really talk about if people already talk about like this part of the place. I mean, there's will be tasks probably up there. There'll be tasks like near this computer screen at the top left of the screen. If you can see here, there's actually door sabotages. It looks like this actually might be doors, so I think imposters can possibly sabotage doors. So yeah, I don't want to go through. I mean, I could go through the Henry Stickmin collection, like the references. I mean, Right Hand Man is like should be Cyber Right Hand Man. I don't know why it's just Right Hand Man. Reginald is obviously the leader of the Toppat clan. I don't know who the rest of these guys are. I only remember is Ben is like took over the Toppat clan when like the original leader and top Right Hand Man were like captured away. That's all I know pretty much. At this interesting bottom right side of the screen, I don't know what room is that called. The gun is like the yellow gun is like very interesting. I didn't realize that before, but yeah, that's interesting. Let's continue.
Get yourself a...
Alright, so we got the vault room right here. Interestingly enough, instead of like all the game references in the vault room, they just have a few decorations of like the Among Us like characters.
Painted with the...
So now we're in the brig. If you play infiltrating the airship, you'll know how this will look like. The wizard has obviously reference to a fail. Obviously, it look like you can sabotage doors and then like close.
out of the top
And there's a download task. It's
airship.
so this character is inside. It's still considered as a brig. There's a vent to the left. No, to the right. Sorry. There's a vent to the right. So you can vent and then like attack. I don't know. There's a download task. I mean, there's nothing else I can talk about here. So we go back a bit. There's another ladder. That's the ladder thing that they did explain about later. I think there's like some rubbish chute task like behind there.
Enough slacking.
Security. So here's the security room. There isn't these computers in like the game, so it's interesting they put a computer task in this. So yeah, it's interesting they put a computer task in the security room, so that's pretty interesting. Security room, there isn't nothing much in like the games. In the games, no, in the other maps, there isn't really that much of like security tasks. This is a pretty interesting security task. It's a very unique security task. I mean, in Scout, the security task is either wire or like the divert power. Mirror HQ, there's no security. Polus is just wires download. It's really nothing neat. This one seems unique. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, right? There's a security camera. It looks exactly like how the security camera look like in Polus. If you see like down at the bottom left, it's referencing to like the hallway of like how it's basically referencing to the hallway of what like the one of those like paths that Henry Stickmin took. But instead of like putting like the top at leaders, they put it as like Among Us. I think the way they pose is still the same. Again, there's another door there. Really cool. I don't know how about like this tiny door here. I don't think it's interactive, but I don't know. So, it's just showing the task of this task, but it actually says medical. I don't know whether they have a med bay, but pretty much every single map has a med bay. This place is called medical. Could it be like beside med bay? I don't know. There's like doors you can shut down too. There's a vent right there between the tasks and like this garbage task list and a garbage task. I don't know what all those boxes and things. I guess that's like a storage room, I'm presuming. You see the task list. There's cockpit, which we have already seen at when they first showed us. Which is basically what they tweeted out. The tweeted place is called cockpit. Viewing that, I have no idea what that is. Medical is basically where you are right now. Guard room we'll talk about a bit later. Electrical, obviously, because that's all gonna be one.
You may need to take a ladder.
So this part, there's really nothing much. Basically the whole vault room. Well, sort of. I don't know what those two like things down there, like the yellow gun and that red thing, is like really referencing to. There is a download right below.
You need to take a ladder to get to certain.
So, oh my god, there's so much references. So here, there's the diverted task. There's another security camera there. It'd be interesting if the trash chute you can use as a vent, but I highly doubt so, considering like the vents they have is like on just the vents in Mirror HQ and Scout. Oh yeah.
Ladder to get to certain areas.
Pretty unique. Okay, this ladder thing is pretty unique. Again, you can see there is the door sort of thing that will both likely close. Now the door sabotage, I'm not really sure how it would look like. Whether it's like be like the Scout sabotage where you need to wait a few seconds, or it's like the Polus sabotage. So I think more or less should be the Polus door sabotage, considering like the security camera is similar to Polus. You can see there's a keypad there, so there's probably a sabotage. The vault and cell similar to how Henry Stickmin collection would look like. There's a vent under there.
Maybe just take a nice shortcut.
This hovering
Quit
thing
grouping out.
definitely
Choose a room
just
to
like this is Henry Stickmin. This is a pretty cool unique mechanic, which I think a lot of people have like sort of like guessed, but not in the faction that like people have like theorized that you could spawn in like different locations, but the fact that there's a time limit is, I don't know how. The question is, how would this affect gameplay? This would be interesting gameplay, like strategizing, because I think you can still go over the entire map, because the fact is the map is so big, so you have to strategize. I mean, obviously very hard to strategize when you're new, but I think as people get to know this map better, you can strategize like where to go. Now, things that imposters, how would they strategize, because the map is so big. I really want to see. That's the one thing. I will actually go through like the rest of my questions later after this.
After a meeting. Someone keep.
Alright, so let's see what the engine room has. There's a divert power up there. Okay, this is the different task list actually. I didn't realize this. You have meeting room, enter ID code. You have the launch. I don't know how to pronounce it, like launch, something like that. Records, which I think I know which room it is. It's beside the get room, where the ladder and the hovering like floating platform is. Electrical, okay. Medical, emptying garbage. I mean, they showed us that task. Armories is something I don't know what armory is, but yeah. Electrical, okay. Cockpit, oh yeah, they already showed us that. Launch, clean toilet, that's an interesting task. Vault is polish the ruby, okay. So basically polishing the red ruby. Okay, now we look at the environment here. There's this staircase, there's a door sabotage on the right. I like how they replicate like the construction thing, like similar to that one path again. Really love the Henry Stickmin references. There's a gas test by the looks of it. I don't know whether you need to refill. And most likely you will have to refill somewhere and then just refill back here. And then there's a vent right down there where imposter can just come out. There's actually stairs at the upper middle of this right now. I don't know whether you could go up it or something, but yeah, it's really unique.
Someone.
Alright, so this right side of the screen is, I believe, the records room. They really replicate like how the Henry Stickmin is so well. I really am still crazy about how they replicate it so like well.
Keeps trying to
There's the download
sabotage
path.
us.
So there's a ladder, there's a keypad down there, there's a diverter task, and they look like, well, I think it's lights, but it can't be unless it's a wire task. I think it could be a wire task. There was one point they said that one task in electrical. So this cannot be the light sabotage, right? The light sabotage had to be in electrical. So yeah.
Stop them.
One unique thing I never realized is that in this window you can actually see Charles like helicopter. Like what? That's crazy, you know?
Plan.
Like Charles helicopter in the background. If you guys don't know who Charles is, obviously you're in a Henry Stickmin play. You're a fan. I mean, I didn't realize this, man, when I first watched it myself. But as I watched it over and over, analyzing, that's the Charles helicopter. Pretty cool, man. The kitchen area, there's a door there. I believe this is like so I think the kitchen is right beside, what's it called? Right beside the gap room. I didn't know that there was a kitchen, you know.
Keep your eyes peeled. We definitely have an imposter here.
This kill animation is so cool. Like, it's actually crazy to me. I don't know how they will replicate on other like normal imposters. I feel like this game is probably gonna be exclusive or unique, because this animation is definitely unique as shit, man. Holy damn. Yeah. I wish it came out this year, but I think it's good that at least we got something, you know. Man. Okay. So a few questions that I do have, right, is still, how many players can you have on this? Usually 10, but they have said before in an interview that it's like 12 to 15 players, which is very crazy. I think they did say that on this new map they can have 12 to 15 players, which I really do want to see if that is possible. If that is possible, right, 12 to 15 players. The question is, how would the voting screen look like? Because the voting screen can fit up to 10 people. How will it look like when fitting 12 to 15 people? The voting screen will definitely look different. Speaking of voting, how does it look like when you get voted off? You know, how does it look like when you die? Scale is like you die in space. Mirror HQ, you die from the sky. Holeless, you die in lava. I believe he's most likely gonna be died in the air, die in the sky, similar to how Mirror HQ look like. Something I do want to know is the vents. Obviously, one thing is how will the vents connect? You know, is it be like scale? Will it be like real HQ? It's definitely not like polars because these are like metal vents, not like holes. You know, like in polars. Excuse me. I don't know what else to really think of. I believe like you can. I believe this big map you can still like run around, but I believe the reason why they had like 3 locations so that you can choose. There's definitely still probably a lot more places, venues of the airship that had not seen yet, considering it is pretty big. It is definitely the biggest map they have announced. Now another thing is which is probably like less relevant is probably the skins. I don't know, man. I don't know about the skins. I mean, definitely the skins will probably be Henry Stickmin themed, obviously. Now regarding on how task in this map is, I feel like there's definitely it definitely will have wires, definitely will have download, divert, all these common tasks. The task is ID code, you know. In some point they put a task list. There's literally ID code. Enter ID code. It's not like car swipe or like meeting pass or something like that. So yeah. Now considering now what else, man? I'm really interested. This is gonna be crazy gameplay considering like how big the map is. It's gonna be very hard to like search for bodies. It's gonna be interesting. How do you search for bodies considering the map is so big? I talk about imposter venting. Now I want to talk about imposter sabotage. I think there will be DOS sabotages. Yes, definitely. There will definitely be a light sabotage. There is either an oxygen / reactor sabotage or seismic reactor sabotage as seen in this trailer as well. I think there more or less should be a comm sabotage considering the security. I don't know where admin is. I have no idea where admin is. I don't know where's the admin with this. What I don't know what else to talk about regarding this. Just I guess that's my entire analysis over this new map. Obviously coming in early 2021 as they have announced. I really hope they really release it as soon as possible because I really want to learn all the mechanics and try and understand it. God, actually where do we start actually? Where do we start? And where do we start every meeting? Oh wait, every single meeting we can choose. But like starting, like where do we start when we begin the game? That's actually interesting. I feel like if you're gonna have like 12 to 15 players, probably 3 imposters is the way to go for this map. 1 imposter is just, God, you're doomed, man. 1 imposter is like you're more or less doomed. You know, it's like what, a 14v1 if like 15 players are allowed. I feel like you're definitely gonna have more than 10 players. They have confirmed that. I really am excited of this Among Us update coming soon. And stuff really have been popping off. I wish them the best and hope they continue to do well. Thank you all for watching this video and peace.